Giants fans, let me know, do you like NFL mock drafts? If you do, like this video. We're trying to decide if we want to do mock drafts on this channel. And if we get enough likes on this video, we can start to do them almost weekly. So if that's some type of content that you want to see, go down and hit the like button. Welcome into New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green, and in today's video, it is a Giants NFL mock draft tracker. We looked at 2022 different NFL mock drafts, kind of a tongue twister, but I'm going to do my best to keep it, under wraps and give it to you straight. But 22 different NFL mock drafts, and I kind of pulled the data and saw how often each player was picked at the 5th and 7th selection for the New York Giants. These came from Mel Kiper, Todd McShay, CBS Sports, NFL Network, Pro Football Focus, all types of stuff. Let's look at Mel Kiper's most recent NFL mock draft. He had Ikem Ekwonu going number 5. I would love that pick. And then the edge rusher from Michigan, David Ojabo, falling to number 7 for the Giants. And then Daniel Jeremiah, he had Ikem Ekwonu also going number 5, and Devin Lloyd, the linebacker out of Utah, going number 7. And then Todd McShay, his most recent mock draft, this one came out just a couple days ago. He had Kayvon Thibodeaux, the high-profile edge rusher out of Oregon, going number 5 to the Giants. Then Charles Cross, the offensive tackle, the pass-blocking specialist out of Mississippi State, going number 7. And then Bucky Brooks, one of my favorite guys on the NFL Network, he had Charles Cross going number 5, and then David Ojabo going number 7. We also had mock drafts, like I said, from CBS Sports, Pro Football Focus, the Pro Football Draft Network, all type of mock drafts, 22 in total. So let's take a look at the statistics. The prospect that went the most overall and most frequently at number 5 was Ikem Ekwonu, the offensive tackle. The left tackle, someone I think if the Giants drafted would transition him to right tackle. He went 9 times in these 22 different mock drafts. Then Neal. Look, if he falls to number 5, you make the pick. I doubt it. He's been talked about going number 1 or number 2 overall. But if he's there, the tackle out of Alabama, you run to the podium, announce his name, and then say a little prayer to the person you believe in. Then Kayvon Thibodeaux. He went 3 times to the Giants at the number 5 overall selection. A consensus top 2 pass rusher in this draft, and you get your hands on Thibodeaux, I think that's a win-win for Joe Schoen. Then Charles Cross, he went twice at the number 5 selection, the offensive tackle out of Mississippi State, the pass blocking specialist. I have some concerns about him, but I also have some things I really like about him. We'll talk about him later in the video. Then Kyle Hamilton, one of my favorite prospects in this draft class, the playmaking safety out of Notre Dame. He can play a center field type of safety. He can get in the box. He can bring a little pressure off the edge. He can really do it all. I really like him as a complete prospect. And then George Karlaftis, the edge rusher, he went just 1 time, and so did Tyler Linderbaum. He went 1 time at the 5th pick for the New York Football Giants. But if you were Joe Schoen, if you're sitting in the war room and you're looking at Brian Daboll and Kevin Abrams and everybody in the Giants front office, who do you want the Giants to pick at number 5? Be loud in the comment section. I want to hear from all of you guys, so do it. Interact with me right here. Get in the comment section and let me know. Who would you pick at number 5? For the 7th overall selection, it was more split up than the 5th. Ikem Ekwonu, he went 9 times, but David Ojabo, he went just 5 times to the Giants at number 7. I really like him. I think he has a limitless ceiling and a high potential coming out of Michigan. I think he's a stand-up pass rusher that will go early on in this draft. I like him as a prospect. Kyle Hamilton, he went 4th to the Giants at 7. If you can get away with Kyle Hamilton at 7, that would be a big dub for the Giants. Then Tyler Linderbaum, the center out of Iowa, he went 3 times, and so did George Karlaftis. He also went 3 times to the Giants at pick number 7. Then a different guy that we haven't talked about on this show, and someone I don't think the Giants are going to draft. I love him. I love playmakers. I love watching wide receiver film. But at the end of the day, I think drafting Garrett Wilson at number 7, while he may be the best player available or on the board, however you like to say it, I just don't think that's a big enough need for the Giants. Then Ikem Ekwonu and Ahmad Sauce Gardner, my CB1 in this draft, they both went 1 time to the Giants at number 7. And then 3 other guys went 1 time to the Giants with the 7th pick. Charles Cross, Devin Lloyd, the linebacker, I really like him. He's a 6'3", 230-pound linebacker. He can blitz off the edge, a middle linebacker. He's like a less athletic Micah Parsons, in my opinion, than Neal. Look, if he's there at 7, you make the pick, and you're just happy about it, but I just really don't think there's any way he will be there at number 7. But once again, take the seat of Joe Schoen. If you're in Joe Schoen's ear and you're telling him, look, I know everything about the NFL draft, and this is who you got to take at 7, get in the comment section, comment their name, and let me know who will the Giants pick at number 7. And I want to thank everybody that has subscribed to the channel. We are growing like crazy, and we are just 40 subscribers away from 6,000 subs. Look, guys, I can't really thank you enough. I grew up a Giants fan, and the fact that I get to do it for a job and talk about the Giants, and we have a fan base behind us on this channel, that means a lot. So if you're a first-time viewer of this video on this channel, we're a Giants news and rumors channel that does nothing but break down news and rumors, mock drafts. Our draft coverage is going to be on fire with 2 top 10 picks. So if you love the Giants and you're looking for a Giants channel on YouTube, that's a one-stop shop for everything New York Football Giants. This is your channel. Go hit that big red button. My ideal outcome for the 5th and 7th overall pick, if the Giants don't trade down. Look, I know I've been on the podium saying, look, you got to get 2 offensive linemen. You got to go team need. But at the end of the day, I think Tyler Linderbaum at 7 may be a little bit of a reach. I'd be cool with trading down maybe to 10, 11, or an early pick in the teens and picking up a future first-round pick and then taking Tyler Linderbaum. But if you can't trade down, you take Ikem Ekwonu. He's my offensive tackle, too. I have Evan Neal just ahead of him, but I don't think he'll be there at 5. Then Kyle Hamilton, the playmaking safety out of Notre Dame. I would love to see him in a Wink Martindale defense, and I really think the Giants just need more playmakers on the defensive side of the ball, and you can address offensive line in the 2nd or 3rd round. Some stats and numbers for Ikem Ekwonu. He is a great player. An overall grade of PFF, 91.6, and a run block grade of 93.8. He is the consensus best run blocking tackle in this draft, and I think he would transition very, very smoothly to the right side of the line with Andrew Thomas on the left side, him on the right side. If they are manning the outside of your offensive line for the next 10 years, protecting Daniel Jones or whoever is going to be under center for the Giants, you are sitting in a very pretty spot. Some people question his pass blocking, but at the end of the day, if you give up just 2 sacks throughout a college season, you're doing something pretty damn good. Kyle Hamilton, I don't think much needs to be said about him because my DMs on Twitter are filled with questions about, Marshall, do you think we could take Kyle Hamilton? And I always say, I don't think you take him at 5. I think you take a tackle. But if he's there at 7, you run to the podium, you announce his name, and you just start clapping your hands because you won the draft if you get Kyle Hamilton number 7. 140 tackles, 8 interceptions, 16 pass breakups, and 7.5 tackles for loss. He is one of the best players in this NFL draft, and some people have him as their number 1 player in the NFL draft. If you can get the top prospect at number 7, at kind of an area of need, because I don't think Logan Ryan will be back next year. If he is a fraction of the player he used to be. And Jabril Peppers, he's coming off an ACL injury, and he's going to be a free agent. So you fill a need, and you get a player that is damn good at football. But be the judge. Grade my first round mock draft. This would be the way I would do the drafting if you couldn't trade back. A, B, C, D, or F. I always like to get some friendly feedback and some criticism for you guys. So get in the comment section, be loud, grade my first round mock draft. And while you're blasting me in the comment section, I want to help you out. Get some Giants gear. It's going to be cold for the next couple of months, but do it with some swaggy Giants hoodies. This one was $65. Now it's on sale for just $48, but you got to go to chatsports.com slash Giants hoodies, chatsports.com/Giants hoodies, or you can get a darker blue one. This one was $70, and you can get this one for just $52. But you got to do it with our link. If you just go looking for it, you're not going to find it. So go down below in your Google search bar, chatsports.com/Giants hoodies. I promise you, you won't regret it. Outside of Kayvon Thibodeaux, the 2 most named prospects that went to the Giants at 5 and 7 were George Karlaftis and David Ojabo. They are top 5 edge rushers in this class. I like Ojabo a little bit more, but here are some stats to break it down, and you can make your own decision. I think George Karlaftis is more of a complete edge rusher, 39 tackles, 10 tackles for loss, 2 forced fumbles, and 2 fumble recoveries, whereas he just had 4.5 sacks. And David Ojabo, 11 sacks, 12 tackles for loss, 5 forced fumbles, and 1 fumble recovery. Give me Ojabo over Karlaftis for this reason. I would love to see him in a Wink Martindale defense. Make him a complete pass rusher with his hand in the dirt, a stand-up pass rusher on the opposite side of Leonard Williams and Azeez Ojulari. I think he'd fit really well. I do still like George Karlaftis. I think he's a more complete edge rusher. I think he's better against the run, and I think he's better at shedding off blocks and getting in the backfield and making plays. But the fact that Ojabo has really only played football for 1 year and he produced in the fashion that he did, Give me Ojabo. I would really like to see him in this defense. I think Wink Martindale could really unleash the type of prospect that he could be on the front seven for the New York Football Giants. But you be the judge. Pick a pass rusher. We need one. Maybe we take him with the 7th pick. Maybe we take him in the 2nd round. Maybe in the 3rd round. But it is a huge team need, so we're going to be talking edge rushers on this channel a bunch. So pick one for me. Type DO in the comments for David Ojabo or GK in the comments for George Karlaftis. And another way to stay up to date with Giants news and rumors is on my Twitter account. So hit me up. I'm trying to get to 1,000 followers, and I need your help. If you love the Giants and you love Giants, content on Twitter, highlights, funny stuff, memes, I'm your guy. Hit me up at @MarshallGreen_.